What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday. I hope all is well. Today has already been a day, y'all. Today has already been a day, but I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I get to have this time to myself, so I'm very excited. I'm out the house. The boys are at the grandma house, and then my son is going to spend the night at Mimi's house, which is my mom. So it's football Sunday, so they in their own world. I'm gonna go run to some stores. I did some packing, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to the gym, like I said, run to some stores, and I'm gonna go ahead and put on these turkey wings, because guess what? Your girl ain't spending no money. Wait a minute. Your girl is not spending any money this week on lunch, right? Because I have goals, and I had to hold myself accountable. Getting a tropical smoothie that comes to like $12. Just doing different things that don't make sense, right? I know I'm trying to move. I did my budget yesterday of everything I need to do save wise, paying off actually some credit cards too, so my credit score can hit up. So I got some things going on that I'm really focused on doing, and I just had to hold myself accountable. Of course, showing up for y'all and you guys' encouraging words, your prayers and everything means so much. So I know a lot of people are saying like, well, why are you moving? You own your place. Why are you looking for a rental property? And I have spoke on this before, and I understand the perks of owning. You can call them and say you're having financial hardship, put your mortgage, they'll put the payments on the back end. I get it. It is great. You got up until the 15th to pay. The 16th is counted as late. So I get it. It's a pretty good thing. But everyone's like, oh, home ownership, that's the American dream. What Americans did they ask? Okay? And I'm not trying to be funny, but it's not everyone's dream to own a home. You really got to do what works best for you. And that is what I've noticed. I sat there and weighed the pros and cons for me and my son. And right now, it is best for me to sell and go into a rental property. It is best. Of course, I would love to go ahead and purchase new construction and all that stuff, but financially, I'm not able to do it right now. So I can go ahead and sell, stay in a rental for 2 years, qualify for the first time home buyers program again, because you qualify every 2 years after you have sold. You qualify as a first time home buyer. I don't know what the presidential campaign is going to do. I mean, there's so much going on. I know you need to stay in your lane. Like, what are you doing? Okay, thank you. There's so much going on. I just am, leery, and I just want to get rid of this now. And it's an emotional thing, because this is one of my first largest purchases, so it definitely was not an easy decision. When I had my son, he was born, we kind of knew he was going to come early, because when they did the anatomy scan, and I had lost 2 previous to him, very early, which second trimester preterm labor or whatever. So when we went and did the anatomy scan, they saw that my cervix was opening, so I had to be admitted. They did a cerclage that was August. It failed within 4 weeks. My son was born at 23 weeks. So of course at that time I'm not prepared, no, I still have to work. I still got bills. Oh my goodness, I ain't had no baby shower. I didn't know what was going on. They were telling me, oh my goodness, he's going to, he's not going to make it. The first 24 hours, the first 72. And of course, my son is a fighter, as y'all can see. He is a fighter. That's why he is being studied. He spent the first like 18 months of his life on a ventilator. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brought my baby home on a ventilator. Like, you know, like, what? So, and I didn't even know at that time, you know, that was all possible anyway. So at that point, I moved in with my mom because I was going 2 weeks that after I had him. I ended up going back to work, and people are like, oh my goodness, how did you? Because I mean, y'all, I delivered and he was vaginal, it wasn't a C-section, a 1 pound, just barely 1 pound baby. Like, I was discharged like the next morning or whatever. Like, it was not, you know, it was a traumatic birth up until I actually had him, and then we went back to traumatic of NICU life or whatever. But yeah, so 2 weeks I was back at work, you know, going to the hospital in the morning before work, pumping, because, you know, having that early, I had to use a hospital grade breast pump to produce the milk. So it was a lot. I'm carrying around this big luggage of breast pump, taking it back and forth to work, visiting him at night. And the hospital he was at, baby, because it was a level 4 NICU, one of the best, but baby, it was in the hood. So security would walk me to my car at night. I would go home because you weren't allowed to sleep over there at that point in time. And I would go home, get up in the morning, go, like, it was just a lot back and forth. Well, you know, he was doing well. I would call every hour checking on him. The nurse was like, Mama, he's doing good. You know, he just breastfeeding, he ain't really doing too much. But you had to be scared that he was going to get an infection, you know, any little thing, because he's fighting for his life. Like, they had to put all this stuff on him to build his skin. It was just a mess. Like, it was a lot. So 2 weeks in, they called me, and they were like, Mom, you need to get here as fast as you could. You need to get here now. And I said, what? Get here now? So I'm on 95 doing 95, baby. Ain't no oh. So I get there and I see the crash cart next to my baby, and I'm like, what happened? And they were like, Mom, it was close. So I said, okay. So my mom came up there, and what happened? Okay, you got to be here for your baby. Whatever you need, I'm going to help you. Well, I didn't want to put the stress on my mom on taking on all my bills, right? So I moved in with my mom. My mom is very, like, I know y'all got the best mom, but I got the best mom. Like, my mom is my rider. When I say, and I done put her through some things, baby. I done put my mama through some things, but my mom is like my best. I can say my friend because I'm 40 now, you know what I'm saying? But she, like, even just looking back, like, she always has my back in my best interest. So she was like, you just need to be up here focused on your baby. You cannot be running back and forth and you stressed and on the road, you know. So she was like, you need to be back up here focusing on your baby. So I went ahead and quit my job, moved in with my mom, and basically took care of my son. I was doing social media management from the hospital. They had my laptop, baby. And then when my son got, you know, stable enough, they transferred him to another hospital. So he was born in September. We transferred him to another hospital February. So that hospital I could stay a little bit longer, and it wasn't too much in the hood. And the crazy part about it is now I kind of work for that hospital. So it's like I said, my whole going into the medical field was crazy. But so yeah, so when my son came home, he had a trach. He came home on a ventilator. He required 24-hour care and a lot of nursing. So when he was just discharged from the hospital, we went to my mom's house because I'm like, hey, my mom's there. My mom's mom, my grandmother, lived there. So it was like I had all the loving, nurturing support. While, to be honest with you, my emotions were all over the place. You know, it's unfortunate, but during that time, you know, you're going to go through it with the father because, you know, he worked. Like, it's just a lot. That's a whole nother topic of conversation. And I actually do host, like, grief groups to deal with it. It's a different type of grief, but grieving and all that stuff. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic of conversation. But so we moved in there. So then we came home 2018. I started back working in the medical field 2019. My son had 24-hour nursing. Then I felt comfortable enough putting him in daycare. He was still in and out the hospital. It was a lot, right? But luckily, every job I've had has been very supportive of this. So COVID hit March. Anybody because of his lung issues and everything like that, the doctors were calling me, telling me, Mom, if he gets COVID, he's not going to make it. He was still very critical. So I was like, oh my goodness. But they put out that, all that COVID employee fund, all that kind of stuff anyway. So you can take a leave of absence from work and receive, I believe it was 2/3 of your pay. So I did that because I was living with my mom. So me and my son would get up every morning. We would go walking in his stroller because we weren't around nobody. And we would just chill. And then I was like, Mom, he getting older. He was walking. And it was a great feeling, don't get me wrong, to be there with my mom. And my grandmother is a retired nurse. So my mom was getting her doctorates at the time. So it was just so much love for my son and me. Because let me tell you, I was emotionally drained, running back and forth to therapy, trying to figure it out, just figuring life out, and still trying to heal me, grieve the life I thought I was going to live with my son. Everything was just a lot different. And then I had to question, why did my body fail me? I had to get over all that. Did I, do something and everything like that? So anyway, I went to my mom. I called my mom's realtor and I said, hey, I don't really have no money to put down, but I need to find a place. And she said, okay, now this is before everything starts spiking up, the prices, right, of everything. So I was like, I need a garage because of all the equipment my son required. I needed to pull in, and I just wanted everything to be on the same floor. So she did find me a condo where the garage is on the bottom, but everything, all our living stuff, except the washer and dryer, is downstairs. But all our living stuff is on the main floor. So it worked out perfect. Great deal. Great price. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Honestly, it was nothing but God. Nothing but God. And it was a great thing. Then the prices have went up. My home value has gone up. At one point, it was all the way up close to 100,000. It's starting to trundle down a little bit or whatever. So it's not a little bit, actually a lot. So I want to move before it crashes. You see what I'm saying? And I lose out. So I definitely want to move. And then it was a blessing, but everything is starting to need repairs because it was not a new construction. So when you're a homeowner, you have to have that income. You got to have the money right then and there. The washer and dryer goes out. You're not just calling the landlord or the office and I don't got that much money sitting around. It's just and like I said, God said be obedient. He said it's time to go. It's time to move, and I'm ready. I'm ready for my son to have a yard to play in. I'm ready for my son because we go places, but we don't really go places because, he stems. It's just easier sometimes to keep him home in a controlled, safe environment. I don't have to worry about, a lot of stuff. So it's just easier. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just an easier, safe environment. So I said I can go ahead, move, rent, anything happens, I'm going to start back working from home. My job is sending us back home. So it makes sense. And like I said, being obedient, I really do feel like that's what God is saying. It's time to move before you lose. It's time to move. And then I'll have that cushion where I can actually breathe. TikTok might be going away. They're saying it's definitely going away. I don't know. But they're saying it's going away. So I have to, that income is going to be gone from TikTok Shop. I still do my health and wellness products. I'm building my YouTube. I just released the Shopify store. So I'm going to be selling merchandise and doing different things like that. But I have to be mindful. I have an autistic son. okay, who I will provide. And I know anybody knows, whether your child is neurotypical or anything, you guys will provide everything your child needs to be successful. And that's our job as parents. So I have to really, my child is 7. My child is 7 in kindergarten. So we need to focus on how are we going to get him caught up to his right grade. I need to figure out what trades he's going to be in. You know, just different things. What's his unique, like me and his dad were talking the other day. I was like, dang, I don't know if I should even put my son in theater, because he loves movies and he'll act out a whole scene and everything. And that's like his happy place. Like, we both come to the terms that, you know, he's not going to be a sports person. He shows no interest in any type of sports. And we're both okay with that, even though dad, you know, he had to grieve that because he, you know, always thought his son was going to be playing football. But he used to tell me when he was in the hospital, he was like, I don't care what he do, long as he okay. I don't care what happened. I don't care, long as he's okay. I just want him to be okay. And I was like, dang, you know, because this is both our only child. But I was like, dang, this is son. We 40. You know, we lost a daughter last year, so this is it for us. You know, he not going to have that son. So I had to grieve all of that, y'all. And, you know, like, we the best parents for him, because we really do work together on making sure he is, Lorenzo, my son, is good. I did not know it was going to start raining while I'm going to this store. Okay, whatever. I ain't got my umbrella, but it'll be all right. It's the only part when you start wearing your hair like this. If I had that other hair in my head, I really wouldn't care. But yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to say, home ownership ain't for everybody, and it's okay. And y'all got to do what's best for you and yours. You got to do what's best for you, okay? I get all the pros of home ownership, and then I get the pros of rental. You know, I know the interest rate is really well, but the houses are still high, and you still have to qualify, you know. And that's the thing, like, I get it. Oh, the interest rates are going down. Oh, if you get new construction, you can lock in an interest rate at 4.0 the first year, and I get it. But still, when you trying to finance new construction or newer construction, so your appliances, you're not getting in the house and having to buy all these new appliances. You're not having to get in the house and do all these repairs, because you're going to need the money, good credit to get a loan, and all that stuff. Like, it's just a lot to weigh in. And right now, I'm just ready to call the leasing it. Hey, can y'all come fix this? Hey, I need this. And I know it's temporary. You know, I'm not saying I would never be a homeowner again, but at this point in my life where I'm at right now. So I'm not knocking anyone that would like to be a homeowner, and I'm not, you know, saying, you know, oh no, don't do it, or, you know, you got to really do what's best for you. And that is what I have learned through this whole process. Like, everyone that gives you advice, we have to remember that they are giving you advice on what worked best for them. And remember, when they're giving you that advice, you don't know all the details. You don't know whether they had a 2-income household, whether they were receiving food government assistance. You know, you don't know. You just go by what people tell you. So you don't know. I mean, like, I had to learn that when in 2015, 2016, listening to all these coaches on social media, do this, do that, quit your job, be an entrepreneur, do this. And them chicks be up there married have a whole income coming in the house that can support their bills, and then they were on their spouse's health insurance and stuff. So you telling me, a single person, and this was before I had my son and stuff, but a single person, oh yeah, do this on, you know, do this on social media, no, this is going to be a stream of income. My mainstream is going to be a dang on 9 to 5, and I have no problem working a 9 to 5. Get paid well, do well. That's it. You can keep climbing the top. And yes, some people want to be entrepreneurs. Like I said, that's still the same thing of you got to watch who's influencing you, who is telling you what to do, because it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. I like to know when I clock in at 8, I clock out at 4:30. I'm done. I don't have to worry about this, that, and the other. Now I have my other streams of income, which, you know, I do love the fact that I could post a video on TikTok. It can do numbers and I can make sales off of it. I don't have to package the order and stuff like that. Even with my items on the YouTube store now, I don't have to, it's drop shipping pretty much. They're going to print the merchandise and send it to the customer. For YouTube, I just turn the camera on, tell you about, guys, what's going on and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm packing orders, making a product, doing all that, because it's not for me, you know. So these are my multiple streams of income. I sell a health and wellness product. Actually, it's more so like I'm an ambassador for it, because I don't got to package it. I don't have to, it's kind of like drop shipping and all that stuff. I don't have to do anything for it. You know, and that's where I'm at right now. I can't be packaging, clocking in, no, I can't do that right now. I have a 7-year-old who needs me as a full-time mom, you know, and we need health insurance. We need benefits, you know, so you have to really do what works for you, because everybody will try to tell you, oh, do this. This is what I did. This is what I did. And they got a whole husband who's out there working 2 to 3 jobs to make it happen, so you can do this and do that. Girl, I ain't got that. You know, you got to do what work for you. Child, people will tell you stuff and you be sitting up there looking crazy. Not I. I learned that, baby. Nobody wrote. I'm going to do what works for me. I'm going to do what works for me. So I'm going to go to Ashley's. Oh, I can't go to Hobby Lobby because guess what? Hobby Lobby is closed on Sundays. And I'm going to go to Sprouts. Miss LaKay, one of my subscribers, she's on the squad, y'all. She on the squad. She told me to check out Sprouts because I had went to Fresh Market the other day. So I see, when y'all be saying stuff and suggesting for me to go look at stuff, I be going, baby. I take heed to advice. I'm going to go look. And this Sprout has been here. I haven't been in this one in a minute. In a long time. So I'm gonna go in here and check it out, and yeah, I'm gonna bring y'all along with me. So let's get ready, okay? Boom 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 boom. So here we go at Sprouts. I'm gonna try to see how I can turn the camera around. So I think I'm gonna have to start a new video.